So it's Wednesday, September 16th. It's a painting day. I'm about halfway through it technically. I wanted to change it up this time and not use stream footage for the vlog. So I thought I'd work on one painting during the stream and then the other one for the vlog. So the one I have been working on so far today is Kitty, and I'm about to start working on Crinkle. I did more shading on the face, fixed the nose a bit, added some hairs in the ears, that sort of thing, and then mostly focused on the clothes. That's how it's looking. I do have some issues with it, so I'm going to tweak some things. I was tweaking this shoulder at the end of the live stream because this sleeve went straight up and the shoulder was so skinny, so I brought it over, so it's looking a little pink in here because there was red there. Here we have a tangent going on because this is a part of the red sleeve right here, but it's touching where the pearls go. And so I might extend it to be a little bit longer so that the corner doesn't line up with the pearls, because right now this looks like the waistline. So it's kind of, I mean, it's not the worst thing ever if that's her waistline, but it's an illusion, right? It's supposed to be the sleeve, not her waist. And I'm hoping that by moving the corner down a little bit, that will help. I painted over the beads in red just so that there's no cracks. I'm trying to feel like when I draw pearls, where they come together, it's just like a little point where the circles touch, and I don't want white to be showing through, so I just covered all of it in red for now, but those will be pearl strips later on. I haven't touched any of the cream areas yet, just because everything else is so wet, and this is such a light color, it'll pick up the other color, but I also want to do it last because there's lacy bits that overlap with the other stuff. So I'm going to need at least 2 more layers on this thing, possibly more than that, because I at least want to go in and darken the shading and maybe lighten the highlights on the clothes. Like, I like the amount of contrast this piece has, but everything else doesn't really have as much. So the next step will be cream color stuff and then shading, and then hopefully the layer after that I can do the pattern on the clothing, because there is a pattern on the bodice, and I don't know if I originally wanted the pattern here too. So that'll be the very last thing to be done. Plus I need to do whiskers and eyelashes too, and I've also hardly touched the crown. So lots of work left. I need to pick up the pace a little bit because I haven't touched this since last Wednesday, so I really need to be on top of it, and as soon as the layer's dry, I get cracking on the next one. So now it is Crinkle's turn. I'm gonna look at my reference photos some more and decide how much more of the striping details I want to add in. Then also hair in the ears, some highlights and reflections in the eyes, and then that might be it for the face until a future layer where we do whiskers. And then I will work on the clothes, just like I did for Kitty. I want a little something to sip on while working on this, so I'm gonna make some tea, and I'm gonna make a little tea station, I think. I always forget about my tea. I'm more of a coffee person, but sometimes I just want something non-coffee in the afternoon to sip on. So I was thinking of using this table here. This is our fruit bowl, which currently has not fruit in it. We do have some in the fridge, but nothing's out right now. Stuff just rots so fast in the summer, so yeah, anyway. Sometimes I use my Keurig for tea, but the water comes out so dirty just because there's leftover little coffee grounds in there and stuff. So instead I'm going to use our kettle. You, sir, come over here. Ugh. This is the coffee station, by the way. My ground beans, grinder, French press, Christian's coffee, filters, his coffee machine. I make mine in the Keurig. And then I keep stuff up here. So now we need a tea station. Honestly, this is probably all we need to really put out. I also have this thing. It's gonna ruin the aesthetic of this, but I know we're just gonna throw it in here. Got teas and the little diffuser thingies and a few spoons. This honestly is probably just gonna, no, that doesn't look good though. Maybe we could sit back here. I could stand these up and just, I don't want to like take these boxes out and then have to fiddle with everything to like squeeze the boxes back in here, so I kind of want them just unobstructed by this thing. This could just sit here or something, I don't know. I decided to put this up here just because having it down here interfered with the fruit bowl. Just pretend there's fruit in it right now. I moved those things down there. Although, do we really need the flower right underneath the plant? It's like double plant over here. That just makes it feel like that should be put away. Anyway, I'm gonna be using it right away anyway, so I'm not gonna fuss at that. Christian said he wants some tea too, so I will use this. And he can use this one. We also have a hedgehog and a sword. But yeah, there was a spare plug back there, so this can be plugged in all the time. And with this stuff right here in sight, we're more likely to use it. What kind do you want, Christian? I haven't tried this yet. I just took the plastic off of it, so I need to try it.
You have that Earl Grey. I'll have this Earl Grey.
Whoa. It says open here. I guess so you have options. Guess I don't need this thing if it's not loose tea, huh? And next to our tea station, we have a selection of teacups. Except they're all kind of small, so I don't normally use them. Oh yeah. Try to get a bit more color in there. It's a little too white looking. Shoot, that line got too thick. That one looks way better than that one. I might just wipe this off and restart. Here's the real crinkle, by the way. This is the picture that this drawing is based off of. Wide-eyed baby. And then there's also this one, which I later acquired. So yeah, that's crinkle. Oh, and before anyone gets on my case about the big spoons, I like to save the small ones for eating because I don't use the big ones. So the big ones get used to stir stuff. May have to tone these down a little further. Just using a dry brush to blend out the whisker holes. I have darkened some stripes already. Moving on to this. The tiara thingy is blocked in with solid color. And now I'm going to move on to this neck piece. Because this one, it doesn't have lacy trim. So I think it's okay to do it right now. Don't have to wait for a future layer. Woohoo! It's really pink though. We need to tone that down. Okay, this is getting messy on here. Okay, I kind of forgot about the tea. I might need to warm this up. Let me taste it first though. Mm. Okay. Ooh. That's probably one of the better teas I've ever had. Okay, to be honest, I don't think I can go any further than this. I'm just all painted out for the day. It's 6 o'clock now. Minus my lunch break, I've been going since 9 a.m. So I'm kind of over it. But I made progress on the face, added the flat color for the crown. I did this neck piece, and then I just did the gold area, like all the way down to here, and the wrist part and the paw. And I can continue with it tomorrow, but for today I am done. Stick my nasty rags in here. This is getting kind of full. Oily rags can spontaneously combust, so they go in here in water in a jar. And let's do the cat and calendar. I think I am too good for the litter box, so I go on the carpet instead. I know sometimes cats will do that if the litter box isn't clean enough, but I'm not sure if that's the case for that cat. I think I need to protect Mommy from the printer. Kiki's like that, except she goes for the top where the paper feeds into it. And Nino just whines for treats. It's only 6 o'clock. It's an hour and a half till you get your treats. So for supper, I'm combining these two soups. I wanted this one, but we only have one of it left. So that's why I'm combining them. And I'm gonna cook some noodles to add to it just to make it a little more substantial. And I'm gonna add some corn. And maybe this leftover rice. I mean, I could do the rice instead of the noodles, even. Yeah, I'm already boiling water for the noodles, but yeah, I could do this rice instead. Turn this off. Actually, I'm just gonna put this right on top and we can steam some vegetables. Okay, I'm adding beef too. I'm just winging it here. Just combining random things. So I added tomato paste and various spices, and now I'm frying up the beans in the pan that the meat was cooked in, so there's the fat from the ground beef. It's really just a slop, but I think it's gonna be pretty good. I've been taste testing it. Yep, it's good. So it's now the next day. Something came in the mail and you're gonna roll your eyes so hard when you see this. Ugh. How do you open these? Oh my god, it's a sketchbook. The thing I don't use. I got this because I saw it in one of Fran's videos. I don't know if it's the same one, but same company, same kind of paper. It's the render paper. I tried it once before with loose sheets because back when I had my P.O. box, someone sent me some samples and it was all right, but I didn't like it more than the paper I was already using with my markers. But now in sketchbook format, that's a different story. What the heck's with the texture of this? Oh, oh, oh. Silky, silky. Crescent. It's just a nice skinny one too. Not too scary looking. The paper's interesting. It's like really thick. So yeah, it's the no show through kind of paper. This feels different than what I remember trying in the past. Thought it had a little more texture to it, but this is actually good. I kind of prefer it with a little less texture. It's also supposed to lay flat. So yeah, I like how there's no coil or anything on there, and it's not too big. It's light. I don't think it's really gonna lay flat until you push it flat. In the picture, it's flat. I'm sure maybe it will once you crush the spine. And these are the only two sketchbooks I ever really use nowadays. This one I got because it was square, but I got it off Amazon and I couldn't see the paper quality ahead of time. It's awful. It's the kind of paper that just shreds if you try to erase on it. You have to erase very sparingly. And I've only done a few pages in here, but the pages are already starting to tear out of it just because the paper is so delicate. It's thick, but it's just not good. Ink really, really bleeds on this paper. I love the cover though. It's cloth. It's so cool, and I like the square. It just frustrates me. It's not my first choice of sketchbook to use, but it's nice for filming with. And then I have this one, which is the one from the Jazza box, And I only do full color stuff in this one. So it's not like really a sketchbook to me. It's for colored illustrations just because the paper is so nice for markers. So that's what this one gets used for. But with this one, you could color on both sides of it, which I like because the ink won't bleed through from one side of the page to the next, which is really nice for sketchbooks. For loose sheets, I don't care about that quality, but for a sketchbook, I think that could be nice. So I don't know. I got another sketchbook. Will I use 3 pages and never use it again? I don't know. The first thing I want to do is work a little bit more on the painting. I feel like I'm sick of vlogging about the paintings. I'm like, come on, we need something new, some new content here, not just the paintings. But the reality is, that's what I'm working on, and it's a long project, so. One of the perks of oil painting, I did not clean my brushes yesterday, but the paint is still wet on them. They're still totally usable. Haha! And leftover paint I didn't use up yesterday, still usable. Even if it's just a teeny amount, it's not dry. Fresh blobs of alizarin crimson. Oh yes. Such a good red. I'm still mostly using the water mixable oils for these paintings. Some lovely sirens. Make sure to overlap this crack, because see there's this white showing through. Trying to really get in there so that's not visible. And I'm trying to work light to dark. So I did the whitish areas already, and now I'm going to go to red, and then I'll go to the black color. Just because if black was already down, I'd end up grabbing it with my paintbrush and smearing it into the red areas. So trying to keep that in mind. Although I did already do the gold, which is lighter, but you know. This burnt umber has been the hero of the whole project. I use it to shade everything, and it's what's the black areas are burnt umber. It's used everywhere. Second most used, I would say, is the yellow ochre, because it's the gold colors plus it's in the highlights for everything else. These two babies right here. Okay, I'm done with it for today. I had a little too much oil on my brush in this area, so it doesn't match the sleeve here, because this was nice and thick paint here. This area, it looks a little, like you can just see how patchy this looks. Not very good. But, you know, on the next layer it'll look better. And there's some areas where you can see the underpainting showing through, so this red stripe is really irregular, because that is still acrylic paint showing through. So I'm going to need more red to cover up some of that. But that is where we're at for now. Kitty's face is just not right still. I just... But do I have the skill to make it right? I'm not sure. Oh, babies. So cute. It's 2:20 currently. I still need to eat, but first what I'm going to do is go package an order. I just have one that never arrived that I need to resend. And I noticed I had a missed call from the electrician. He wants to come over late this afternoon to look at stuff again, so he'll be back. So I want to just get that package now before he gets here. So we need that box, video game sticker sheet, video game washi, and a B grade thick dino. Okay, not too much of that because it's a skinny box. And it's a Canadian order, so it has to go in an envelope. So So I may have gotten distracted looking on Amazon for a petticoat and among other things. And then I started researching gold flatware and I found a set I really want, but it's out of stock until November. So I just need to stop. Okay, I need to do something. Really, I should be making supper soon, but I'm gonna work on my video end card thingy. Okay, I've been tweaking stuff. I did change the avatar to gray for the shirt and earrings. And I had to save up multiple versions because I have the version where the shirt goes all the way to the edge. Then there's a version with a white background. Then there's rounded edge, transparent. And then there's a close crop version. And then I've also been tweaking the banner. I made the gray on the shirt darker than what I had on the banner. So I darkened the banner to match just because it's also more noticeable. So all that stuff's darker. I also scaled down the middle thing just because some people were saying on mobile it was cropping the text off. On mobile for me it showed, but for some devices the letters would be kind of cropped. So I shrunk this down and made the wording closer to the center bar. And then this was that sort of polka dot flower pattern, but it has sort of a modern look to it, which looked weird next to this. And so I made this just solid green. So we got floral, gingham, solid. And then on YouTube, it looks like that. Yeah. I'll have to change the avatar on YouTube still. So far I've changed the avatar on Twitter and the banner on YouTube, and that's it. I started cracking on the end card thing. Where is it? This. And then I quickly stopped because I'm like, this gray is too light. And then I also wanted to change the color of this. But now the gray is going to be darker. And the shirt color is different, so I can continue working on this. Oh, and as far as the description slash tagline slash whatever you want to call it, I just wrote art plus life. Although now I'm looking at it more, it bugs me that's not centered with the word vlogs. This is centered in the file, so maybe the word vlogs is not centered. What else? I don't want it too close to the Y, but I might have to change that. Those are the little things that bother me. Anyway, I was gonna put studio vlogs plus life or something, but it already says vlogs here, so either I'd have to take that away or put that phrase in here. The Y is a bit of a problem though, because we have a small space here, big space here. Because if it was like studio vlogs space plus life, I think that'd be nice. But if I do life plus studio vlogs, which I could have done, it just sounds stupid. So then I just wrote art plus life underneath. Didn't just say studio vlogs, or it says vlog. So instead I just put art plus life underneath. Except now the centering is really bothering me. Also, the electrician came and went, and he fixed everything except the bathroom plug, which is a little sad, but he had two ways he could have fixed things, and the one way would have left the plug working, but everything would have been a big fire hazard pretty much within the walls. And so instead he ran some wiring from this outlet that's on the furnace and ran that to the other stuff that wasn't working. But since all that stuff is after the bathroom switch is left out of that, like the outlet, I mean, not the light switch. Everything's working except the bathroom thingy, and he replaced the plate so it's a flat plate so you can't plug anything into the bathroom at all. But I can run an extension cord into there because there is an outlet right outside the bathroom, so there's a solution. But our other lights are working, which is great, especially in the laundry room. We've been doing laundry today, so now we have the actual light on and we're like, yes. It's the next day and I figured I should end the vlog since I didn't yesterday. Today I am playing Super Mario 3D All-Stars. It's a collection of 3 different games. There's Super Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy. So I'm going to play them in release order, and I'm starting with SM64. So I've been playing it for a bit. I took a little break for lunch, and so I'm going to resume the stream now. But I figured I would end the vlog, and baby, what's going on? Baby, I just need to do the catching calendar, and then I can end the vlog. What? So for yesterday, I hit all the other cats so I can eat all the food. Then I throw it all up 5 minutes later. Baby. And then for today, I meow constantly until you let me in and bang on the window with my paw. Tat, 7 3/4 years old. Anywho, thank you for watching. See you in the next vlog. The fairy tale path. Yes. Wait, was this metal always here? Oh, wait, maybe.